Love without respect, is that one love? Hi lovelies, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel, your safe space for all things self-love, self-care and personal development. Can I just say before we get started that this is my second time filming this particular video because I filmed the first one and the microphone was not plugged in. So just from this beginning now, I need you to click like and subscribe if you're not subscribed, because so as you can see from the title, I'll be talking to you about how to leave a toxic relationship, a dysfunctional relationship, because I feel like that's something that many of us go through, and I've really been seeing it, that it can be so hard to leave. At least to us it feels like it's so hard, but in actuality it's not actually that hard. I mean, I know that my last two relationships was just the epitome of wrong for me. It was toxic, it was bad, it made no sense to anybody else but me, but I was there, I was fighting for it, I was staying in it. It was ridiculous. The first one was just basically I got in because, also like our reasons for getting in, right? I got into the relationship because I thought, oh, everybody else is dating, I want to get into a relationship now, Lola, because like, what are you waiting for? And so I did. It was very misguided. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody that I feel like he was trying to get out of the relationship but didn't want to break it off, a coward, and so was acting in many ways that was supposed to upset me enough so that I break it off. Not that that's, I know for sure, but that was just the vibe that I definitely got, because no normal human being would be behaving that way to somebody else if that was not their intention, right? And the second one was just insane because, you know, I felt like he was a good person, and, you know, he seemed like a great person, but it was like a terrible boyfriend. So I think so many times too that we think just because a person is a good person, then they would be a good boyfriend. Those are two different things. A man or a woman can be a good person and be a shitty girlfriend. They can be a good girlfriend and be a shitty husband. They can be, or shitty wife, and they can be a good husband and be a shitty father or mother. So one does not suddenly equal the other. Lesson number one. So I was in this relationship where I was where my friends would gather and then just get me together and be like, Lola, this person isn't taking you out, isn't, you guys aren't hanging out, spending good time together like you should. This is a very weird relationship. And I was like, no, you guys don't understand, you don't know what's going on, you know, all of that rubbish. Oh, you guys, you can't get it, you're not in the relationship, you know, this is what's going on. But really nothing was going on. It was a false relationship and it was just not healthy. I was always more angry than I was happy. I was always more upset than I was happy. I was always more anxious than I was happy. And you know what, maybe happiness is even a lot to aim for. Let's say happiness, right, is a lot to aim for because it's a flimsy emotion. How about peace? There was zero peace. Maybe just peace sometimes, and that usually did not involve anything that he had done. Do you get? So if you're with somebody that makes you want to change yourself, want to bend yourself, or just makes you, you know, want to, just makes you always angry, and then you always feel like, oh, I'm always bringing up issues, so the problem must be with me. Toxic. I think ultimately not being able to leave a relationship deals with like self-worth. If you really believe in your self-worth, you are truly confident in who you are, and you truly have your self-respect, you would believe that, okay, you might not be able to respect me, but I respect me enough to leave. And if you feel like, oh, I think he loves me or she loves me, maybe you're just not very good at interpreting it, I think you need to reanalyze and question your definition of love. Love without respect, is that one love? The answer is no. The answer is no. Love without respect doesn't exist. If you love somebody, they will not degrade you, make you feel bad about yourself, make you feel, you know, always insecure, or they would be insecure and then make you feel insecure, make you feel bad, make you walk on eggshells. Those are clear signs that you need to get out. I know many factors are responsible for keeping in a relationship that you should clearly leave. Maybe fear of being alone, or you are dependent on the person for some physical, mental or emotional reason. Maybe it's for, oh, they do this for me and so I can't leave them, or if I leave them, how would I get somebody else to do it for me? My dear, you will get somebody else that will do it for you, and even times two of what you need. Because when you're with somebody, and I think that's something else that is common, where you say, oh, I'll stay in this relationship even though it's bad for me, but only with half mind. I'm open to whoever can treat me better so I can then go somewhere else. You need to question why you're so afraid of leaving and being alone. If you're somewhere where there's negative vibes, positive vibes will not find you, because that positive vibes will be getting your negative vibes. So you need to step away from the negative vibe so that that positive vibe can embrace you. So don't think that you can stay in a bad place and then suddenly love will find you, proper love will find you while you're still there. That won't happen. That bad vibe will keep tying and dragging you down. Facts. Sometimes it's not really our fault, right? Childhood trauma, or maybe just like being in previously shitty relationships. Like, for example, I was in that first bad relationship, and so when I got the second one, second one seemed less bad than the first one. So I was like, oh, at least it's better than the other one. No, bad is bad. So there's no such thing as weighing, oh, this one is better than this one, and so I will stay in this one. If you know what a healthy relationship looks like, and that boils back down to like childhood trauma and seeing good examples around you, then you know that, okay, either this is horrible, this is slightly less horrible, it's still less than what I deserve, and so I'm going to go for what I deserve. So you need to then be aware and then analyze yourself, check in with yourself. Why am I here? What am I doing here? Okay, what do I need? How can I get out? What exactly is holding me back? Okay, I can be all these things for myself. I can find these things for myself. I might not be able to get immediately, but this definitely isn't worth me staying as a prisoner of love with this person, living in bondage with this person. What other movie reference do I know? Insert it there, but you need to get out. Even get out safe is another one. That's another bad example of toxic relationship. Just out. So you need to raise your self-esteem. You need to be angry. You're not angry. If you're angry, then you would be able to leave the relationship. Maybe you're upset, maybe you're sad, maybe you're just guilty, or you're feeling like, oh, I should. Maybe you're undecided, but you're not angry. If you're angry, you won't take it. If you're angry, you'll be like, this is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. I deserve somebody that actually loves me and respects me. I deserve somebody that doesn't make me feel insecure. I deserve somebody that doesn't, gaslight me, make me feel crazy. I deserve somebody that, makes me feel like they really truly value me, and they truly want my progress, and they truly want me to grow, and they truly want me to the best version of myself. If you truly realize those things, then you will not be able to stay in a toxic environment, because your whole body would reject it. Your whole body would be like, no, I deserve better. If you feel like being in this relationship or it's changing you, and you can't even recognize who you are, you're just behaving in a way that's so unlike you and you don't like it, that's a sign that it's bad for you, it's toxic for you, and you really need to find the door. One of the most destabilizing things to ever be in is to be with someone that is controlling, someone that can't control their emotions, someone that never takes accountability for the things that they do, someone that is insulting to you. I can never ever understand how people in a relationship can fighting. What do you have to fight about? Why would you fight? Why would you fight? Why would you say hurtful things and exchange hurtful words against each other? I think if you respect somebody, no matter how angry you are, do you exchange hurtful words with your mother? No matter how angry you are, would you exchange hurtful words with your boss? There's certain things that you don't do, so why can't you give your partner that same level of respect? Even my friends, I would not exchange words with them in that kind of way. Isn't that an example and a clear sample that something is clearly wrong? If they are always apologizing but never changing, that's an issue. You're not a shrink, you're not their therapist, you're not their savior, you're not their mother. It's not your job to fix them. Anybody that always apologizes but never changes their behavior, that's an issue. Or somebody that always does something but can never apologize, both of them, throw them in the bin. That's an issue. If you are able to apologize, you should also be able to change. How many strikes do you get before you are kicked out of your job? How many strikes do you get before the person can't be your friend anymore? How many strikes do you get before you're done with the relationship? How many times do they have to apologize to you before you finally say, okay, clearly you don't intend to change. You're only sorry that I keep calling you out on these things. You're not actually sorry that you keep doing these things. If your friend was doing this, and that was something else that I did, I had a much lower bar and lower standard for the people I was dating than my friends. If my friends had done half of those things to me, I would have been like, you're a bad friend, I'm not doing with you again, goodbye. But with men, I just kept reducing the bar until the bar was in hellfire. So I don't understand, assuming that hellfire is at the bottom. So I don't understand why we would do those things. If it was your friend, your sister, your colleague, whoever it was that was going through these things, what would you say to them? Would you say, oh, keep pushing? Or would you tell them, say, Lola, that guy is not doing, you need to get out, you need to leave, you need to find what's better for you? Would you actually say that? Would that be your advice? because you don't have to actually take my own advice, but you should definitely take your own advice. If it's like you tell your friend, you know what, no matter what, die there, stay there, then please go ahead. But if you're going to tell your friend, oh, I don't think this person is good for you, I think you should leave, or you are acting in such a different way, you are clearly not happy, you're more upset than you're happy, you're more angry than you're happy, you're more anxious than you're happy, I just don't like this person that you've become in this relationship, then you should take that same advice for yourself. So if you're watching this today and you can totally relate, this is something that you can relate with, that you identify with, you know that you're in a relationship that is toxic, that is dysfunctional, that is not working right, that is uncomfortable for you, that is just, you know, a source of worry, concern, you've cried over it, and not just like, oh, tears of happiness, like actual tears of pain, tears of anger, tears of degradation. Is that the word? Yes. Tears of just like being tired of being treated that way. Then you need to go through some real self-awareness. You need to dig deep, really be self-aware, and then get yourself to that level where you recognize that, you know what, I'm worthy of so much more. I'm worthy of a healthy relationship, worthy of happiness, I'm worthy of peace. Peace is very important. Don't let anybody take away your peace, and that's what a toxic relationship does. It takes away your peace. So once you are able to get to that stage, you would be able to leave. You would recognize that, you know what, this doesn't serve me. I might not have something else that serves me right now, but I will find, because I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident that I will attract somebody better. Confident that I will attract somebody that will give me all the things that I'm reliant on you for, and the person will do it so much better. Then you can leave. Still finding it difficult, you're still struggling, because I understand that you might not be able to leave immediately, then work up on your confidence, work up on your self-esteem, work on your self-worth, and make sure that you are at that stage where you know that, okay, I will not take less than this. I have these high standards and high expectations, right? And I will not take less than. There are many things, superficial things that you might budge on, but somebody respecting you or not disgracing you, those are not things to compromise on. Those are not things to compromise on. Someone that embarrasses you is definitely not somebody to be with. Somebody that deliberately disgraces you, and I don't even think there's a way to unintentionally disgrace somebody. Somebody that disgraces you, that you know it's time to leave, it's time to get out, it's time to run. There's no two ways about it. Work on the things that have affected you, the things that have led to you making those past bad decisions and relationship decisions. Work on those, and then finally lift yourself into a state where you're fully confident, you can move on, you can leave, and then be able to survive alone, survive by yourself. Not only just even survive, but actually thrive. I hope this really helps you. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone that you think would also need it. Someone that you know is also in a toxic relationship or in a toxic situation, and this will motivate them or finally push them to out that door. If you're not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe and give this video a big like, because that helps with the algorithm and for other people to see this video. Make sure to also screenshot and tag me on your stories so I know that you watched the video, and then we can bond. See you in my next video.